So, before I talk about this, baseball's back. And this is unrelated because I didn't talk about this in the last one. This is totally unrelated, but I just wanted to point that out. Baseball's back. And with this game happening tonight, hours after the Marlins game, Marlins did win that one 9-8, which was a really good game in the spring training, but just want to point that out. But anyway, to the main point of this video. Florida Panthers coming off a loss with the Carolina Hurricanes. And one thing you got to know with the Florida Panthers is that they always respond well when they lose the game, and they always bounce back, and this one was no different. Now, it took a bit to get back to where we needed to go, but we did get this win, and it was in dramatic fashion. This was a really good game. I enjoyed it, though. I was actually smiling at the fact that it's been such a great game. But yeah, it was absolutely incredible. It is the Florida Panthers going up against the Washington Capitals, and we have swept the regular season series against the Capitals. We win in Game 1. We finished them on the road on TNT, and we win that game 4-3. That was in overtime with 15 seconds into the overtime, was Reinhardt winning it all. Then a few weeks ago, we beat them 4-2 in Emirates Bank Arena, and tonight we did the same thing, except this was in overtime, and we did it there. All right. So Sergei Bobrovsky is taking a night off, so Anthony Stolarz takes in for Bobrovsky, and it is Anthony Stolarz going up against Charlie Lindgren. And in the first period, it's been kind of, one thing to sum it up with the first period, besides those really close shots with Dylan Strome and a couple of crossbar or the post shots and a couple of penalties, it's been one actually to sum it up was this. Yeah, I thought it was just a little bit boring. I feel like both teams didn't find any rhythm to try to get press into the offensive attack, besides those couple of things in the first period. Now, within 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes, there was a tripping call against Forsling, which, by the way, that's good news because he did leave against Carolina for injury. So, and he was day-to-day. He was able to play this game. And so that was good news. But Matthew Tkachuk did not play this game, but thankfully his injury was not severe enough where it's going to keep him out long-term. So he was just out for this game, most likely coming back on Tuesday against Buffalo. So that's good news. But either way, Forsling gets called for a trip. That penalty is killed off. Very, very good penalty kill for Florida, as it is an easy penalty kill. William Lockwood was called up, and he gets called for a hook against Nick Jensen, and Jensen took a violent hook to the board. That looked nasty. I will say this: it looked like he kind of split, and which was ooh. Thankfully, Jensen was okay. He took a hit, and then that led to a scrum, where it got a little bit heated. But Lockwood does go to the penalty box, and nothing happened there. Now there was one opportunity shorthanded for Florida, and that was Mikola trying to get a wrist shot in, but that hit above the crossbar, and then the penalty would be killed off. Or actually, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. After the above the crossbar, Mikola Connor McMichael tries to get up the wrist shot, and that one also hit above the crossbar. Oh my God, that could have been an opening power play goal. And then after the shots with the block shot by Barkov, there was a fight between Evan Rodriguez and Connor McMichael. And it was a pretty good one, too. Both of them get called for a roughing, so that would be 4-on-4. So not much happened with the 4-on-4 other than a few hits. Shots were missing wide left and wide right. and the 4-on-4 would be killed off pretty easily. Washington pressed for the opening goal with 1 minute left of the first period. With Tom Wilson trying to get one that was saved by Stolarz. Mellanston with the deflection that was saved by Stolarz again. Mellanston once more with a tip-in that was saved by Stolarz. Medellin with the deflection once more off these rebounds that misses to the right. And Dylan misses to the right as well. And we end the first period scoreless. Now, in the second period, Washington still trying to get one in. And Alu Cabell with the snapshot that was saved by Stolarz. 30 seconds later, Dylan Strome once again hit the post, and that was close. That was really close too, because that would have been bad. That would have been pretty bad. Because these shots, and Stolarz didn't see much of that coming. But we're very fortunate that the post happened. I'm like, oh my goodness. Now there were a few hits there from Washington, still trying to press for it. And then eventually Florida would get the puck, and unlikely score on this one. Assisted by Brandon Montour, that's his 14th assist of the season, and Dmitry Kulikov, that's his 15th assist of the season. And this is a Matthew Tkachuk style goal. Off the tip-in is Nick Cousins, actually. Nick Cousins with his third goal of the season. And yeah, Florida Panthers bench was loving it. Even Ryan Lomberg was like this. I don't know what he was doing, but he did this with Nick Cousins. Nick Cousins was laughing, fist bumping, and Nick Cousins gets the first goal of the game for the Florida Panthers, and we lead 1-0. Now, after that, Ryan Lomberg would try to get one. That was saved by Lindgren. And more saves by Stolarz from Max Pacioretty with the wrist shot. Then there'll be a few blocks there. Then more shots, more missing to the right. Alex Ovechkin nearly got one, but that was saved by Stolarz. Nice save there. Barkov tries the backhand, but that was saved by Lindgren. Then the tip in from Willie Lockwood, that almost got in. That was saved by Lindgren as well. And then there was a penalty which led to a battle. Anthony Mantha hooks Nick Cousins, and that will wind up being served by Alex Ovechkin, because after the hooking call by Nick Cousins retaliated, and he was the one that scored a goal. That he retaliates against Anthony Mantha, and they both went at it. They were fighting each other. It's like this big scrum that happened. This is rugby preseason. So Washington and Florida getting at each other's throats again, and that led to the fighting penalty. So Anthony Mantha would be in the penalty box for fighting and hooking call, but that hooking call will be served by Ovechkin. Nick Cousins does go in the penalty box, but still Florida would still get the power play. And Florida did not do much with this power play. There was only one shot on goal during this power play. That was the Barkov wrist shot that wanted to be saved by Lindgren, and that was still in the minute in the power play. And the power play was killed off easily. Then there would be a few shots, and then Mikula gets called for a hook on Tom Wilson, and that's bad news because Florida was almost killing off this power play until Sonny Milano would equalize this game for Washington. He was assisted by Max Pacioretty with his 10th assist of the season, and Rasmus Sandin with his 15th assist of the season. Wrist shot is Sonny Milano. That's his 6th goal of the season. He ties the game up 1-1, and Florida almost killed off this penalty, but they didn't do so. Bennett with the wrist shot that was saved by Lindgren, and Ovechkin tries the snapshot, but he misses to the right, and we go to the third period, tied up 1-1. Then, to start off the third period, is a John Carlson slashing against Barkov. And that looked to be a little bit rough, but not rough enough where Barkov would not play. So, just a little minor slash. Carlson does go to the penalty box. Florida goes on another power play. Florida does get this pressure, Barkov with a tip-in. That was saved by Lindgren. Montour gets blocked. Barkov gets blocked by his own teammate, which sucked. Losarinen then tries a wrist shot that was saved by Lindgren, and power play will be killed off. So that was not a good. That was. Oh well, that's not good. Verhaeghe tries a wrist shot that was saved by Lindgren. So we're gonna skip ahead a little bit, and then Barkov gets called for a hold on Wilson, and that was a big penalty for Washington because a minute after that, because literally a minute and 10 seconds into that power play is a Tom Wilson goal, and Panthers fans are pretty pissed off the fact that Wilson was the one that got this go-ahead goal for Washington. He was assisted by Carlson. That's his 29th assist of the season. And Dylan Strome, that's his 21st assist of the season. Off the deflection goal is Tom Wilson just completely skid by Anthony Stolarz. And Wilson just, of course, would get this go-ahead goal. Best buddy of Alex Ovechkin. And, yeah, that was not good. So Washington gets a go-ahead goal. Panthers fans were pretty upset about this one. All I'm saying is there's still 10 minutes left of this game. We might be able to pull this off again. You can never count out the Cats. You just cannot count out the Cats. And some people really quick to do so. But you have to believe in the Panthers. I learned this from Loud Marlins fan, is that you have to believe in the players. And I'm going to make the same argument with the Panthers. I have to believe in them, and I believed in them that they can do it. It's always the case. Now, after that, Florida does go on heavy pressure with Evan Rodriguez, Losarinen actually, I'm sorry, Forsling, Sam Bennett, Ekblad, and Cousins, but all of them were saved by Lindgren. But there was a penalty against Rodriguez, Nick Jensen, with the hook, that would be a penalty against Washington. Florida goes on the power play. So Bennett with the snapshot off this power play, saved by Lindgren, and then finally, this is exactly why I'm wearing this jersey, not because Kachuk is out, which I'd probably make the same case, but he is the guy who did it. Assisted by Montour, that's his 15th assist of the season. And Carter Verhaeghe, that's his 30th assist of the season. Off the snapshot is Alexander Barkov, that's his 13th goal of the season. And actually, Barkov was the one that scored this one. He actually assisted this one, and ESPN got this one wrong. It was actually Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe was the one that scored this one, right? No, here, I'll even show you. I'll even show you this. Look. I don't know if you can see. Let me just get a better angle. This is where I'm reading it off of. It says, Alexander Barkov score. But I saw Verhaeghe scoring that one. I literally thought I saw Verhaeghe scoring that goal. But either way, it's a tie game. Barkov assists. I'm good. I stand by what I said. Barkov assisted this goal. That'll be Verhaeghe's 31st goal of the season. I think Verhaeghe ties this game up. Not Barkov. I would have loved it if it was Barkov, but Verhaeghe, he is the Washington Capital killer. He is the killer of the Washington Capitals, and really their biggest nemesis, Carter Verhaeghe, would score an equalizer with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. That would be a tie game. Florida tries to end this game off with Aaron Ekblad trying to do the snapshot, but that was saved by Lindgren. And we go to overtime. OT once again for the Florida Panthers. Dylan Strome starts off with the face-off. There was a couple of takeaways from each other with Barkov and Tom Wilson. Verhaeghe tries a wrist shot, try to end this again against the Washington Capitals, but that was saved by Lindgren. Ovechkin tries a wrist shot, and Ovechkin saw it coming, and Stolarz saw it coming, and he saved it. Verhaeghe tries again with the wrist shot, that was saved by Lindgren. Rasmus Sandin tries a wrist shot at the same time, but that didn't happen because Stolarz saw it coming. Sam Bennett with the wrist shot, he misses. Passaretti with the wrist shot that was saved by Stolarz. Face-off win Barkov. Carlson with the wrist shot, he misses to the left. Verhaeghe gets blocked by Carlson. And each time Florida Panthers gets the puck with the takeaway and the giveaways, they nearly have it or we nearly lost it. But a takeaway by Gustav Forsling, Sam Bennett with the two-man rush with a beautiful pass to Gustav Forsling off the slap shot, and he buries it, just gone through Lindgren, and that ends the game. Assisted by Sam Bennett, that's his 15th assist. Slap shot coming off the injury right away is Gustav Forsling. He ends this game with the slap shot. 3-2 Florida Panthers, and it is a big bounce back win after the Hurricanes lost. And let's start a new winning streak, shall we? So final score of this game, 3-2 in overtime. Just an absolutely impressive victory. I will say this. Now, when we look at the team stats, Florida did shoot more. Florida did hit more. Florida dominates in face-off wins. Washington has 4 power play opportunities, while Florida has 3. Washington does get 2 power play goals, unfortunately. And those were the 2 goals of the game for them, which was Tom Wilson and Sonny. While we did have 1 power play goal, that was Verhaeghe and not Barkov. So ESPN should fix that. Shorthanded, nothing. Penalties, we did have one more penalty. Block shots, Washington definitely dominates in block. Takeaways, Washington with 1 more, and we had more giveaways. And then stars of the game, Gustav Forsling with the overtime winner. He gets 1 star off the 1 goal. 2 stars, they give it to Tom Wilson, and that was that go-ahead goal with the power play goal earlier. And then the 3 stars, they give it to Verhaeghe with it. For now, they're saying 0 goals, 1 assist, but I'm fully confident. I'm fully confident that they're going to change that. They're going to change it to a goal instead of an assist. I'm confident about that. Barkov did not score that power play goal. It was Carter Verhaeghe. So, yeah. I'm not saying it. You could look at ESPN stats. That's pretty much it. Florida Panthers wins this one off the bounce back win. We're still a point behind Boston, but they have lost. So I'm not complaining much. So maybe we do avoid a President's Cup. I don't know. And the Hurricane, I just want to point out the Hurricanes did lose against the Dallas Stars, and I do want to point out that Boston Bruins did lose against Vancouver Canucks in a very tight 3-2 win in overtime against Boston Bruins. So that's why Boston has 1 more point than we do. But either way, guys, that's going to do it for this one. And the Eastern Conference is still tight as ever. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Great bounce back win for the Florida Panthers as always. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and content because Miami TVG has it back. And when it does, hit me right there with your favorite team that you deserve. This is Miami TVG. Go Panthers. Signing up, folks. Good night, everybody.